Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading, and I hope you're very well. It is non-farm payroll today, and it is also just coming up to 8 a.m. at the moment. I'm just having a look at cable and seeing that it's had a bit of a flush down earlier this morning and just been consolidating for the last half hour. But it's got the potential maybe for a little trade coming up, a little short trade if we get a retracement. So I'm looking for retracement zones, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Also having a look at the dollar yen here this morning as well. So I've just got to wait and see if these markets set up. Now if they don't do too much, then there we go. So the pound needs to rally up to about 153.45, so up to this zone before I'll consider that one. It doesn't have to do that, as we can see. Like, it's just breaking here already. So maybe I missed that, but there's nothing I could do there. This wasn't the first test of my bands or anything like that, so I've had to leave that one alone. So anyway, I'll press pause for now. If I can't get anything this morning, I'm not going to be in a rush to get anything this morning, because quite often on non-farm payroll day it can be a bit choppy in the morning, and so I don't want to hopefully not get chopped up, and so I'll try and be selective here this morning, and if needs be, then I'll just carry on the recording until 1:30 for the non-farm payroll. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, the euro's been having a little run up here. It's got the potential to get up to its daily pivot, which it hasn't quite hit yet. So I could potentially trade this very tight and really tight, and if it works out, then then fine. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to have a big risk on it, so to speak. So I've just put 2 units in there. I'll see if I can get another couple of units in if we come down a little bit more. But literally, the stop's probably going to be about 55, something like that. So because we've got an untested 8 a.m. pivot below, so really I don't mind it pulling back to this white line here and around that zone, but I don't really want it overshooting even that too much. So I'm just going to get my stops in and then see if we can get another couple of units in. So let's quickly do this. 1:12.55. 12.55. Okay, so I've got those in. So yeah, it's a sort of a game of two halves here at the moment, in that I can see the potential for the euro to have that little bit more of a run up. It's got some positive momentum behind it, but there's a couple of factors that I don't like on this right now. We've got a downward sloping hourly 21 MA, which sometimes if the hourly 21 is sloping against where the price is going, then ultimately the price may actually come back down. So but at the same time, we've got some positive momentum, and we've got a daily pivot just a bit above, up about 75. So it's always possible that we just have a little bit more of a push up to there. So I'll press pause for now, and we'll just have a quick see what happens. Okay, so it is coming down a bit. I'm going to put those extra couple of units in, and they'll literally have just a couple of pips stops. So I'll quickly get those stops sorted out, because it will come down to those very quickly. 1:12.55. 1:12.55. So really tight here, and it looks like I could get stopped very, very quickly. I think I just have been. So actually, I haven't even got the stop in on the last one. So let's see if I can get that in. 1:12.55. Right, okay. So I have just been stopped on 3 of those units. The last one I hadn't even got the stop in, so I've now just put it in. So anyway, I've been stopped on those. So it's just this last unit. So as you can see, so it looks like I'll lose around about this last unit. I'll probably get stopped as well. So, but I've traded it really tight here, just because like I said, of that potential, so to come back down. So I suspect that's it. I want to have a quick look at dollar yen, because that's starting to move. Yes, I'm going to want to be in on this dollar yen, I think. So I'm going to give that one a shoot, because come on then, you let me. I've been wanting to be long on this dollar yen, and so it's having a not a bad little run here. So let's see if I can get something out of this, even though the euro's losing. I've just put 1 unit in so far. I don't like having to pay top dollar there, so I've just put 1 unit in, but that may be what I'm having to do. Let's see if I can get a second unit in there at 60, and then we'll see from here. So I've got 2 units in now. That euro dollar I have been stopped out at, so let's just quickly bring that across. So yeah, it was a total stop out of minus 147 on the euro dollar, and now I'm in on this dollar yen, and that's got positive momentum as well. So, but again, they're all a bit funny in that the dollar yen's got an untested pivot below. So the euro I was looking for it to go up to that pivot, and the dollar yen I was looking for it to go down. So or potentially come down. So both of them are have got, there's arguments for both ways basically on these today. So I've got 2 units in. So I think I might just keep it at 2 units for now, because we've got 124.68 is yesterday's high. It's just obviously just a bit above where we are. But we've got the potential for a breakout beyond that. So I'm just going to see if we can sit on this for now. So it's a shame it's not been set up exactly how I would like it, because we've got an untested 8 AM pivot down here, and so we've got untested levels which sometimes can drag a market back down. So I'm going to leave it at these 2 units. I'm going to get a stop put in, so I'll put a stop down here in the low 50s, and we'll see how we go from there. I'll press pause. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting close to that level I was looking at, 68, which is yesterday's highs. Obviously, ultimately, I'd like to see it, see if it can break out for all of that. It's just a consideration of whether to take half profit or not. But if you can get up there, but it just feels it's only 8 pips. It doesn't feel like enough. If it can do a slight overshoot to 70, then I can get 10 pips out of it. Then I might take half, and then just trail the stop up and see what we can get with the remainder. We've got 82 would be the next level of area of resistance, 80 to 82. So we'll keep our eye on this. I'll start trailing the stop up a little bit. It was definitely the right thing to do to have a tight stop on the euro this morning. Sometimes when you're looking at a chart, you can tell it's either got to go from there and do hardly much of a pullback, or there's no point being in it. And so it was the right thing to be on, to have that tight stop this morning on that euro dollar. So because it was one of those cases where it just had to go, and if it isn't going to go, you don't bother having a wide stop. Let's go back to this dollar yen anyway, see where it is. Right, okay, I'll press pause now. Right, okay, so it's just hit that 70 zone. So I put a limit order in. I've been talking to Rachel there. So I just put oops, what's that there? So I put a limit order in to take half in. It's not a lot, is it? It's 10 pips. Oh, if I can drag this across. It's 10 pips, isn't it, on that first half? And we're just going to have to see if this can push on through and carry on up. So it's running. It's a shame I couldn't get in with the 4 units. Obviously I could have done, but at that price, I just was paying. It felt like I was paying top dollar at that point. What I always look for is a little dip, and we didn't quite get that dip. So as it currently stands, it's into resistance. It's hit yesterday's highs. Let's actually bring up the hourly chart here, and as we can see, it's just blipped through it. So it is against that resistance. Having said that, if I zoom out a little bit for you, we've got some levels, like I said, about 80 odd over here, and then beyond that, obviously all the way to 125. But I think if we can get to 80, then that'll probably be enough for this one. So we shall see. So but it's got a bit of work to do. I don't know whether it's going to be able to get up that far. What I will do is move that stop up some more. Probably, I'll bring that stop up to break even now. So let's just do that. Change that stop from 54 to, well, about break even anyway, 60. It's not quite. I guess we'll just see for now. So there's not a lot more to do with this. On some days you'd look at this and say, okay, well actually it's having a good run. Now it's doing a little pullback. Should I be looking to add to this position? But my only concern is that it is non-farm payroll day, and are these markets only going to run so far this morning and then start to chop? So I'm not really looking to build too much of a position here this morning. So anyway, we shall see what happens. Whatever happens, I'll make a net probably about 40 odd pounds on this, even if it does come down and stop me out. which will just eat into the small loss that I had anyway. So I'll be down about £100 for the day going into non-farm payrolls, which is fine by me. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back. So what I've actually done is, as well as we're sitting up here, I've trailed the stop up to 62 now, so I'll get stopped at about 61 if it comes down. But if it goes up to 80, I've put another order in to effectively close half of the position up at 80, and then we'll see if it can still then run beyond that, or at least make a decision up there. So if it gets up to 80, then it'll close another half of the position that's currently in there, and then we'll see. So what will effectively happen is a fresh order will come in, which will be a sell order. We're currently long on this 100,000, and you'll see a sell order come in for 50,000, so effectively closing half of that, or half of this one. So I'll be net long 50,000 then. So that's what will effectively happen then. So I've got an order, just put a limit sell order up there. That's the way I have to do it on this account, which will effectively close half of the position. So it's just sitting here at the moment. Hard to say, what exactly is going to go on here. The markets are all a bit funny this morning, but euro's moving all over the place. But dollar yen and dollar CAD actually are both having half decent runs, as we can see. So hopefully we can carry on running. Okay, just back, and we've just hit that 80 level. So let's bring up the account, because we've just hit that resistance level. Like I said, I had that order in to sell short, sell short 50,000, to close, to basically short 50,000, so that it gives me a net long of 50,000. So that's now just triggered, as you can see, at 80, and we've just putting back to 77 at the moment. So by doing that, it's effectively like taking half of this off. So I'm now only net long 50,000. So as we can see, as it currently stands, the loss that I had on four lots this morning, I've now made back, if I was to close out completely, with just 2 lots on this trade this morning. But obviously that's not what I'm looking to do. We're still looking to see if I can get some more out of this, obviously. So we'll have to see. What I need to do is get these stops sorted out, because I haven't put don't need to put a stop against the short, because I'll just carry on that, running that up until I finally close out the other position. What I do need to do is put a limit order in at the same level, 124.64. So that's at the same level as my stop on the other one. So that basically this short order, the short trade, will close out at 64. Likewise, the original long trade. Anyway, all getting a bit technical there. So so we'll see. So we've hit that resistance, and hopefully it can hold up. My stop's relatively tight at 64 down here, and at some point this is going to carve its way into a range, and if that happens, then I could just get stopped out. But sometimes you get lucky and they don't, and they just carry on in a nice wavy type of trend, and so we'll just see if that's going to be the case. I might move the stop to 65 actually, but other than that, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it for now. Okay, I've just got in from the gym, and actually, as I've just been sat here, I was just finishing off a phone call, and it's finally come down and just stopped me out at 65 level, 64 level. So that's where we are for the day. So I'm down a whopping £37 for the day so far. So obviously, it's all about the big one. The non-farm payrolls. So it's 12:30 now, so I've got an hour to go, so I'll come back to this. Right, just back, and we're just a couple of minutes away from the non-farm payrolls now. So what are we looking to do is potentially trade dollar CAD on the long side. Believe it or not, it's only a 5-minute chart, but a long side. If it does start breaking up, then I'll be looking to get on that on the long side. Potentially cable on the short side, and maybe even the euro on the short side if they break. So it really depends on how they're going to move. So there's going to be a bit of trading going on. I've got my deal ticket ready here on the dollar CAD, but I want to be able to see as much of my screen as possible, so I may just have to I may have this down here in the corner, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot of switching around of the charts as well, as I'm trying to keep up on everything. So we have got just under 2 minutes. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so we're just coming up to non-farm payrolls. We have got about 7 seconds to go. You see the spreads are going crazy. Right, we're going down on dollar CAD. Ignore everything that I was talking about there with regards to... Oh, no, we're not. We're coming back up. Right, if that goes, then we're going to be going in. Okay, long dollar CAD 29. Just got long at 29. Long at 29. Long at 29. We're at 47 now. Got long at 29. We're currently at 47. Now, what I want to do is see this lock in. I can see cables come down. That's fantastic. I can see cables come down. Great news on cable. It's doing what I wanted it to do. What I've got to, and euros come down as well off screen. But what I need to make sure is that we're going to actually follow through. I can see the potential for this to follow through, but I don't know yet. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what the actual figures have come out at. Yeah, they come out slightly stronger. Yeah, 280,000 versus 226 predicted. So hopefully we can hold on to this for the US dollar and we don't come down and do a reversal. I haven't even got my stops in yet, so I better get this sorted out on dollar CAD. What's going on here? Dollar CAD. Oh, I have just been stopped out. Oh, I did have a stop in. Sorry, guys. I had a stop in. I've just been stopped out. I may well go back in. Sorry. I had a stop at 00. So I had a stop at 08. But this is just volatility at the moment. So this could still go back up again. So I got stopped out at 00 for 28 pips. This is the thing with non-farm payrolls, is the volatility. It can go both ways. So still watching this at the moment. Dollar yen. I'm going to try and see dollar yen, see what that's done. I really want to see where's that gone. That's broken higher. That's fantastic. Dollar yen has gone higher. I could well be trading this dollar yen then off this. I'm just going to have a quick look off screen and see where that dollar yen's going to. So for a minute, I'm just going to press pause on this recording. Okay, I've just gone long here with 1 unit of 56 on dollar yen. Literally, it's just had a little pullback, but I will add to this if it comes down a little bit lower. So at the moment, I've gone in with 1 unit here long on the dollar yen. It's had a lovely move up, and it's hit a lot of resistance. So I'm just looking for a few pips, not looking to try and. I'm looking for it basically to come up to this closing price back up, or this price of the close up here. Is what I'll be looking for. So it's not a lot at this stage, just with the 1 unit. Obviously, if I can get a couple more units in, then I can then try and run another. But at the moment, that's where we are. I'll press pause for a second. This. Oh, not yet. No, it's no good. I was just about to get see if I can get another unit in, and just as I started pressing play on the recording, it's bounced. So I'll press pause for now. So still waiting. Okay, so it's looking at the moment like we're going to come up to that closing price without me being able to get in anything more. So we'll be closing out of this just as we're coming up there, about 63. It's literally against this closing price here. I have to take the profits, so it's about 64. It's unfortunately very, very tight, but I'm going to be having to take that. There we go, 65. So I've just taken a small profit on dollar yen there at 65, but this isn't over. This isn't over. I'm still looking for more trades yet. I'll press pause for now. Right, so I'm just bringing up dollar CAD again. It's come all the way back up, but the way it's looking now, I think it's going to settle somewhere in the middle again. So it hasn't actually got the momentum there. So I'm going to put a short in. So just short in dollar CAD there. Just short dollar CAD. But I'm not going to be looking for a huge amount of points, but it might be back down to around about 125.10. So I'll just put a short in. We've come up to my upper band on my 5-minute charts, which aren't showing here today because we've got guests in our trading room, so I've taken them all off. But I've just put a short in there on dollar CAD. And what did I get? 125.24. I will put some more entries in if we can get them. There's the ticket. I'll just leave it off screen for a minute. So if we can come back up into that zone, then I'll still consider putting a second entry in yet. And I could be wrong, obviously, but I want to see if this is actually just a complete mess, which it is. And quite often when they're a complete mess, then they'll just keep on ping-ponging. So I'm giving this a go. This is my second attempt. I've missed out on the opportunity to get on a trend-based trade on the euro-dollar, and we had that few pips out of dollar yen, but I missed out on those. So it's just a case of whether we can make something out of this dollar CAD. So I'm going to put a second unit in here. So just put a second unit in on dollar CAD. So 2 units now short dollar CAD, and I'm literally just playing it because it's had this big moved up, moved down, moving up. Just looking to see if it can retrace back down into this sort of zone, back towards 125.10 zone again. So that's what I'm going to be looking for there. So let's just see if we can get that. So there's my 2 tickets, and I'll press pause for a second. Okay, so we're getting close down towards this. I've just pressed resume again on the recording, and always when I press resume on the recording it goes back up again. But if we can get down to this white line here, then I'll be looking to close this one of these positions off. So I'll take this one if we can get down to this white line here. So let's just see if we can get down there. So just whilst I've got this running live, and as soon as you have it running live, so often it'll just then stop, just like I just said. So I might have to press pause again in a second if this starts going up again. It's just bouncing around here at the moment, so I might have to press pause. Yeah, come on. Okay, so it's just coming back again. We're looking for that white line, and hopefully it doesn't get white line fever like in professional sports. And so let's see if it can just nudge down there, and we'll take one of these off. And now I've pressed pause, resume again. It's just playing around, so we'll just give it a few more seconds and see if it can get down there. So the entry was at 24.9, so call it 25. So we're up 10 pips here. So let's see if we can get down to that white line. Come on. Nearly there. If I see about 13 on here, then I'll close it out. We're getting very, very close here. Very close. Come on. 13. Come on. Are we going to get it? No. 15. 14. There we go. I think I got 14 in the end anyway, but oh, okay, it's still not quite got to that white line. So let's see if we can get down to this white line. So I've got about 10 pips off of that, and if we can get down to towards this white line, and I'll take the second unit off, and at least we make up for most of the loss from earlier on. Because what I'll do actually is I'll move my stop to break even. So stops are moved to 24, which is where my break even point was. So I'm moving my stop to 24. So I can't lose on the second half on 25, 24. So now it's just a case of can it move down and just get that little bit lower here. So I'm just still looking down there towards that 10 level. I'll press pause for a minute. Okay, so it looks like it was coming close to my stop because I've moved my stop very aggressively just to try and protect the gain overall. It could still want to bounce, but I think it's going to stop me here. It's going to hit that any second. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so I have just been stopped on the remainder, but we've got 10 pips on the other half, so it's a little bit better. So okay, I'll press pause for a minute. Okay, so we're now looking at this for a short trade on the euro dollar. So I'm getting close to a short trade. So we'll see if we can get the entry. So I'm just waiting for a few more pips, the upside, and then I'll get a unit. Okay, so just back, and we still haven't had that retracement there on the 5-minute chart. So it could well be that I'm going to be missing out here. But anyway, we'll see. I'll carry on watching this for a while. I'll press pause for now. Did I? Okay, just forgot to press play here on the recording. So I've just put a unit in short euro dollar at 0.8, just gone short 0.8. We're going to look to get a second unit in if we come up into the 20s. So at the moment we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here with this unit. So we've just gone short. Let's bring up the deal ticket so we can have a look at that, and I can put it sort of up there somewhere. So there it is. But we're having to give this some scope here because we can very easily come up further yet. So if we come up into the 20s, then I can get a second unit up in and then a stop above that. If we come down though, if we come down to my blue line, we'll take half and then we'll just see if it then rolls over from there. So if we come down to my blue line here, then I will take half. So at the moment that's where we're at. So I'll press pause for now. I'm going to put my second unit in here. Okay, so I'm going to put my second unit in there at 25. Oh, has it allowed me in? No, it's not allowed me in. Okay, let's try this again. Sometimes it doesn't let you in. Let's see if we can get in this whilst I'm playing around. 100. So I'm actually going to put a second unit in. I've got it this time, 23. Oh, my computer's going a bit slow here. It's just having the recording equipment going for so long, I think. So actually I have put that in. So I've got the second unit in at 23 and I'm going to put a stop at 40. That's it. So it's going to cost me, it'll push me into negative territory today if that's going to be the case. But yeah, I'm just going to get the stop in. Hold on a second. My platform's all gone funny on me now. So 111.40. I'm going to have to just shut my platform down for a minute because so I'll just press pause for a second. Okay, it's just coming back, taking profits here, taking half profits there at 10. So there was a level there, so just taking half profits. I'm actually going to take the other portion off as well, so I'm only going to be left with a quarter position in. So I've now only left with a quarter position in. So what I've had to do, in order to do that, I've actually gone with 50,000. I've gone long with 50,000. So if I bring up my account now, you'll see that I've now should be net short 50,000. Yeah, that's right. Let's bring it over. So my computer's going very slow on me now, but I'm net short 50,000 now. So we've got the initial entry. Where is it? Here, oh, sorry. Here's the initial entry at 08. Then I added at 23. The 23 I've banked profits at 10, and the 08 I've got open here. That's now into profit. But what I've also done is gone long effectively with half of that position, so effectively I'm net short 50,000. And so we'll just see what happens. Now, the reason I've done that is it makes it more comfortable if price comes up. I'm going to move my stop down all the way down to 23 now. So that stop's going to come down to 23. So let's get these stops down into place. The one thing with trading non-farm payroll day and some of these big news days is I have to have wider stops, which is a pain, because I usually tend to have a slightly inverted risk to reward, certainly to first targets anyway. So anyway, let's move that off. And what we're going to look to do now on the remainder of this position is, if it can carry on rolling over, be looking to see if it can get back down to 110.60, but about 65. So quite a lot lower than where we currently are. So if this does roll over, then we end up with a really nice. It ends up being a really nice trade. If it comes back up and stops me out at 23, then because I've banked 1.5, I've taken 1.5 off that trade. It's only going to end up being, I can't lose on the trade by doing that. Okay, so I'll just press pause for now. Okay, just back. So I have finally been trading stopped out on this euro dollar, but the euro, this trade didn't cost anything. In fact, it made a marginal gain. So overall on this one today, not a lot of gains here today at all. So ended up net £6 down on the euro, net £38 down on dollar CAD, up 156 on dollar yen. So I've made a whopping 100 and whatever that is pounds, call it 110 quid today. So a huge long video, lots of trading on there, and just goes to show you that you can't always get what you want. You can't always. Sometimes the markets just aren't going to give it to you. So that's me finished. It's 28 minutes in. Have a great weekend, and we'll see what we can do next week. Bye for now.